Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron.is.speaking. Today I'm going to be talking about Ascended Master El Morya. I didn't bring a card to show you his the rendition that the artist has done of him. El Morya. So I channeled him. I've been channeling him so much and I haven't been putting out the information. So now I don't even know how many times I've put out messages on him. I think you guys have only received one other message from him, and that was my introduction to him. He has become much more prominent for me in the last few weeks, and so I'm gonna kind of take you on the journey with me so you can see how that happened, why that happened. I Some of you may know I like coffee, not just like regular coffee. I like coffee that has like a bunch of chocolate and sugar in it and has been iced. I like mocha. And so I will have those like every week. And so unfortunately I had some at like 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon one day, and I can't do that. If I do that, I'll be up all night, and I forgot. So I had coffee in the afternoon. It was lovely. But then 1 in the morning, I'm like laying there awake and I'm like, this is stupid. I shouldn't have done that. So I was awake and I was like, well, I'll try channeling. And so I reached out to El Morya because every time I've been channeling him, he's been giving me really good information. And I just feel really, I don't know, I feel really connected to that energy, which feels really strange to say because I feel like no one knows who this guy is. I still don't even know who this guy is. Like, he'll give me really spot on channelings, but he also doesn't let me like dig into his energy too much. He's still being mysterious. This is what he said to me when I was like laying there, couldn't go to sleep. He said, feel your heart. Feel it beating within you. It is more than a timed machine. It is a portal into the great beyond, to all things you have loved before. What you long for most may not exist in front of you now, but you have known it in other lifetimes. What do you want to experience right now? Journey to that moment through what the heart can detect. Feel your way into other worlds. There is no shame in venturing into more of what is possible. Longing is the soul's way of remembering what once was. It is not gone. All moments in time can be lived in again, even the moments you have no tangible memory of. Where did you come from? Who are you? Can you feel the answer? Have you ever tried? And so he says all that, and I'm like, geez, okay. And so I'm like, all right, I'm only going to use my the ability to sense energy and nothing else. Because normally, trying to use my clairvoyance, I'm trying to, I'm trying to use anything I can. But I'm like, all right, just gonna feel and see if I can feel the answer. What will I see if I feel into it? And what starts coming through, I have written down, I say, I have no body. I am energy and light and emotion. I am introduced to another energy. It is complicated. I cannot decipher it despite its familiarity and comfort. We sit, feeling the energy signature of each other in silence, our hearts glowing in love and recognition. We circle around each other playfully, enjoying how our combined energies feel when they slightly overlap. It feels like a dragon. The energy is complex. Perhaps it is everything. I ask the dragon, but they merely wait for my understanding to improve. So I've decided it's a dragon, but I'm like, are you a dragon? And they don't answer me. They're like, they're just waiting for me to put my own pieces together. So I'm like, okay. The dragon says, returning to your beginning is returning to love. It is not about a location or a body. It is about rejoining those you love. Home is love, and love is home. It is not found in a single location or only a certain lifetime, but can be traced back and brought into the current moment at any time. Bring love into your present. You do not need to generate it. Just recall what it feels like. Does the source of that love have a body in this lifetime? It does not matter if it does or not. All love exists forever in the collective. It is like a shirt hanging in the closet, ready for the day that you pick it and try it on again. Taking the time to access love for yourself when you need it can support your journey in this lifetime. Not all have loving parents, loving friends, or loving partners, but there is no reason that you should not feel loved. It is endless and enduring, and it waits for you. So that's his message. And so this had me thinking, because I reached out to El Morya, who is like, an ascended master, right? That's what Google tells us. And I go from speaking to El Morya to all of a sudden being confronted with like mystery energy that I label as dragon. And so my immediate question is the dragon El Morya? Is the dragon El Morya's energy in a dragon version? There has to be some connection, or he would not have done that. Every time I have a guide do that, it's because they are the dragon. So he does that. This is a short video so far, so let me tell you all the other stuff that's like weird things that have happened. Let me see if I can find. Here's the problem. I wrote everything out of order, so now when I'm trying to explain this to all of you, it's probably going to sound chaotic. There are, how to explain this? He must be lined up with me because I feel like I'm itching my face like crazy, and I only do that a lot when someone's lined up with me. Okay, yeah, Metatron spelled. I'm not going to itch my face. I'm just going to leave it. Okay, there are multiple ways to experience clairvoyance. And I'm telling you this for a reason right now. So usually you'll see me and I like kind of look to the side and I'm getting like visual information on like a little TV screen that kind of is off to the side, and I have my eyes open. Sometimes I close my eyes, but when I'm closing my eyes, I'm almost always channeling. I don't know why I do that. Anyways, it's possible to close your eyes and see an image that way. Is that this? No. There's that. Okay, there's a ton of different ways. There is there's people who see images outside their body. There's people who see images inside their head. It's clairvoyance, but it's just different ways for the information to come through. Probably the most common way is people who close their eyes and they're meditating, and then eventually images start showing up. And I guess even when you're meditating, it could be in your head, right? But when I close my eyes and meditate, I will see like technicolor, beautiful visuals. Like the best clairvoyant vision I get is if I'm meditating, but nobody's got time for that all the time, right? At least not to the extent that I need visual information. But lately at nighttime, when I've been closing my eyes, I've been trying a little bit to try to get like a visual image. And I used to get them in the beginning of my journey, and it's actually, I loved it so much. I was so obsessed with it in the beginning of my journey that is what got me to the point of being able to do everything else. I did a Reiki session that I didn't even believe in. It turned on my clairvoyance. I started meditating every night to try to see what these visions were, because I was like, what am I seeing? Like, what is this stuff? What, I knew it was the spiritual world, but I was like, who is this? What, like, I just had a million questions. So the other night, I'm closing my eyes and I'm just trying to see if anything will come through. And you kind of start getting to the point where you forget what you're doing because you're like starting to fall asleep because your eyes are closed. Um, and I saw this yellow eye, big, big, big. I don't know. It was a big yellow eye, and it had like it was like a slit pupil, and it just shocked me because it's been a long time since I've seen anything in that kind of clairvoyance, and I was like, and and it wasn't like a still image. It's like I see like video, basically. I see things are alive and moving when I see them. And so it was a dragon, and the dragon was like doing this. So that's the movement he did. He ultimately moved his head this way, and so I could see both eyes. And then he moved his head back into position where I could just see the one eye again. And at first it was just the eye and the rest of him was black. But then as he started turning his head, I could see blue and purple. Blue and purple overlapped on him. And blue and purple are the colors El Morya gave me for his aura, right? And so all of this is a little bit too suspicious, right? Let me see what I wrote down, because I probably saw other things that I already forgot about. Yeah, so I saw El Morya as a dragon is what I saw. Um, mm, 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 mm. After that, I did see a totally different dragon, but I still don't know who that one is. It was like reddish, purplish, pinkish, female. I still don't know who it was, so whatever. I saw another dragon at that point. Um, oh yeah. 2 nights later, so after that happened every single night. Every single night I'm trying to meditate, right? So 2 days later, 2 nights later, I saw a blue rose in meditation. And if any of you saw the first El Morya video I put out, he starts off by coming up to me and handing me a blue rose. And I'm like, this is weird. This is the kind of thing that like Archangel Raziel or like Merlin would hand out, because it felt very like mystical and magical. So I'm trying to have a vision again, and I'm just seeing a blue rose. So again, he's showing up every time I'm like meditating. And so at that point, I was like, hey, El Morya, can I see you? Like, I just want to see you again. Show up in whatever form you prefer, right? Because he had showed up as a dragon. He's showing me this blue rose. I'm like, show up in whatever form you prefer. And I start seeing like these it's hard to explain. It's like bluish purple flecks or specks. It looked kind of like confetti. And so I can see like the bluish purple, and it's kind of just like swirling around. And so I understood that to be, this is his energy. And for him to be in a form like that, it means he prefers no body. If you prefer no body, then me personally, I reference it as being cosmic. I'm like, all right, you are a cosmic energy. Like when I bring forward Horus, the Egyptian god, prefers a cosmic presentation. He presents as energy. He does not have a physical form. So El Morya is the same. So I'm like, are you a cosmic dragon then? Because he returned me to the dragon image twice. So I was like, all right, you're cosmic. dragon. So cosmic dragons are kind of what I just said. They are energetic. They can create a body to project to you, so you can see a dragon like they did for me. But technically it's just an energy, which everything above 7D, so 8D and up, it is just energy. There are no physical bodies. Let me see if I wrote anything else. Yep. Okay. He gave me some cards after this. I had pulled a message from him, and I want to show you these, and hopefully it'll still make sense to me now, like a week later. So I want you to check out the words. So this is a dragon deck, and I'm sorry I don't have the deck to actually show you these. So we have guidance. I'm going to show you all the cards, and then I'm going to just do a little quick translation for you. Discipline, meditation, and then the final card is this guy. It says hibernation. I'll explain this one. Okay. So the message he was giving me was really, I will give you guidance if you want to meditate. I will give you guidance through meditation. And his motivation for doing this shows you he's my guide. His motivation for me meditating is to teach me discipline. Because, man, I know a lot of you are like this too. It's hard to get me to sit still long enough to meditate. But he's dangling a carrot for me. He's like, you I can show you things in your vision. You enjoy them. I will train you. I will make you more disciplined. Let me show you this last card. This last card is like, and here's how I saw it. They showed me to follow the tail. So follow the shape of the dragon. So he's going to take me on a journey. And this journey is going to lead me to pearls of wisdom. So he's like, hey, I'll guide you. If you want to meditate, I'll guide you. I'll teach you discipline. I'll show you things. And so I was like, yeah, yes, because he's already done a great job with bringing through images for me, which felt like I had lost that ability, to be honest with you guys, because it's normally when I've done it in the past, I have to be in meditation for at least 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes before something will come through. And he's having things come through within 5 minutes. So I'm like, whoa, this is much better. And so maybe it's my frequency. Maybe I've gotten better from working with guides for so long. Maybe. Or maybe he's just got the magic. I don't know. I'm debating whether or not to go deeper with this with you guys. I think I'm going to save it for another video. So after this happened, where he was like, hey, I had a longer, I had a proper vision. Sometimes when you're having visions, little things will pop in that don't seem to be related. And this was like a proper like movie, like I'm in it and we went through an experience. And so I want to give that to all of you. And then I also want to give you the explanation of that. And I think that will be helpful for some of you who may also had dreams or other kinds of clairvoyance where you've seen things and you're like, how do I interpret this? The benefit to me going through this process now is now I can channel one of my guides to be like, what was that about? What happened? When I first started, I would see these crazy visions and I would just be like, what? And I'd sit there on Google and try to translate all of it. It's nice to be able to do both sides of it. So, okay. So this is El Morya. So the big takeaway, El Morya is a cosmic dragon. I kind of feel like this is a big deal. I felt like it was a big deal that Horus was cosmic. Who else came to me? Oh, Maitreya or Maitreya, however you say the name. Remember he was an ascended master. He was like supposed to be the soul of the next Buddha, and I was like chasing him around trying to get messages from him, and he took me to the dragon realm, and he was like looked like a dragon, and I didn't understand. It took me so long to figure that one out. So he's a cosmic dragon. So I don't know what this means, but a lot of the ascended masters um are really just dragon energies that have incarnated on Earth. Um I'm assuming to set an example. Um Lady Nada and Sanat Kumara. I also highly suspect that both of them are cosmic dragons. When I have a second, I'm going to channel them to see what's going on, but highly suspect that they are also dragons. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to see your thoughts on this one. I would love to see if any of you know anything about El Morya. You feel drawn to the guy. Like, do you know? I'm just curious because I feel like he's and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but almost like he's obscure. Like, he's not one of the 5 most popular ascended masters. He's not Jesus. He's not Buddha. Um, he's not Ashtar. He's not Merlin. Whatever. But man, this guy's very interesting. So just want to put that out there for all of you, and I will put another follow-up video on this probably after this one. So hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're having a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.